Hey guys, welcome to the Health Life Spirituality Podcast, a show all about well being and your spiritual self. I'm your host, Liam Gunderson. In today's episode of the show, we're going to be talking about why you need to get off of your screens. I think this is something that I wanted to address because it's something I've been struggling with, and I think a lot of other people are, especially in lockdown. You know, there's not much else to do, right? That's what you're thinking. There's nothing else to do except go on your phone, go on YouTube, go on Instagram, go on your Xbox or your PlayStation, your TV, whatever it might be. But I'm going to tell you that is not the case. There's lots of things you can do with your time. So I want to first start off by talking about why being on your screens all the time is bad for you, why it's unhealthy. So really simply, it's because it completely distracts you from reality, distracts you from your emotions, from your thoughts, from your feelings. And while that's not bad all the time, when it gets to an excessive point, which most of us are at, let's be honest, it is unhealthy. So when you're constantly scrolling through your phone, you're missing out on so much. You're missing out on the beauty of going outside, missing out on the beauty of nature, missing out on those personal interactions that you can experience with other people. And that's something you don't want to miss out on because once it, once it's gone, it's too late. You can't get that back. In addition, it makes it very hard when you're always online to be able to come back to reality because that world of screens, that world of online entertainment, it's not real. It's not. None of it is. I mean, yes, it is another world. It is valid, but it's not real. It is not your reality that you need to be in. You really want to be centered in the natural environment that you should be. So, as I alluded to earlier, many people are probably online and playing video games and watching TV because they think there's nothing else to do. But that is not true at all. I can guarantee that there's something you want to do, something that you have lingering in the back of your mind that you're interested in. That could be anything, whatever interests you. Drawing, starting a blog, reading, learning a new instrument. I don't know, use your imagination. You can come up with something. I'm also going to talk about another problem that I kind of had too, which was that I felt like I wasn't interested in anything new. If you're in a similar boat as me, then what I advise you to do is sink more time into those things that you are interested in. For me, I'm only interested in a few things, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't need a million different hobbies. What I would suggest you to do is that you sink a lot more time into these interests. So, for example, my main interest is music. I'm sinking a lot more time into it now that I have the time. You want to use this as an opportunity to invest more into your pre existing passions. And if you don't really have any, then work on developing some. So, I wanted to touch back upon why it is so important to get off your screens really quick. When you're constantly on your screen, scrolling, playing video games, there's a constant surge of dopamine going into your brain. Now, dopamine is not a bad thing. It's not. It's fact. It's very good for you. But what happens when you're relying on all this external stimulation to provide that to you is that you're training your brain to need that, to feel pleasure, to feel happy, to feel anything in extreme cases. Um, like I said before, if you use it in moderation, maybe at most an hour every day, then you're not going to have a problem. But if you're using it excessively, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, maybe more, normal everyday activities are not going to be pleasurable for you. You know, you should feel good walking around outside, but if you've been so hopped up on the dopamine that your internet escapades provide you with, and none of that's going to make you happy. And that's such a sad state of affairs because there's so much joy in the world around us that a lot of times we don't experience, except, especially in our culture today. We're so fast paced, always on the move, always looking for the new next best thing. Well, it's not how it's meant to be. We're supposed to take the time to enjoy ourselves, take our time, move slow. A lot of people think that being busy, if you're not busy, then there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with having time to enjoy yourself. And in fact, you're going to be a lot happier when you keep your life at a slow pace. Alright, guys, that's all for today's episode, but thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to check out my blog at healthlifespirituality.com, and also don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and don't forget to tune in next Tuesday for the next episode. Until next time, peace.